touching it on the entry at all. They're literally going from mid to exit and then all the way out to the exit curb here. So it's a funny shaped corner because visually you go in and there's two apexes, but actually you ignore almost one of them and you aim for this second one and use that to utilise. Now this next corner coming up is a strange one in the sense that it just keeps on going. Okay, so you go in at high speed, you're next to the tower, you know, the sun will be coming down, it'll be in your eyes, but you've just got to keep going and picking up the speed all the way through here, and you'll see as we do this corner, it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going, and this is the sort of corner that will be pivotal for tyre degradation because it's loading the car all the way through, but it's not slow, you know, it's on its limit the whole way through. And that's what you'll see in the difference between the driver that can manage his tyres and the driver that's a bit too aggressive. This is the sort of corner that will show it up.
I completely agree, and I mean, like I said before, it's not just about driving around in circles. You have to use your brain, you have to listen to what your engineer's telling you. And as a driver, you just want to go flat out, don't you? You love going fast, you just want to race, don't you? But actually, you have to think about the car and preserving the car and maximising those tyres just to get that end result. And it can go against what your brain's telling you to do, but like you said, you can tell a good driver compared to a better driver with that sort of decision.
Absolutely, and we're coming up to the second to last corner here. We have the turn 19 paddock club area as well. So if any one of you with the F1E has got any paddock club access, we've also got turn 19 around as well. So second to last corner. Now this one is a funny one because Formula One this weekend will not be allowed to run wider than this exit curve here. But I don't know if any of you watch any of the other racing that goes on here. They go, you can see some of the time up, they go right the way out to that second patch of tarmac because they basically carry all the speed into that corner and think, we ain't listening to that curve, we go flat out all the way around this tarmac and then back onto the circuit here. Formula One cannot do that. They have to stay within the margins of that white line and that curve. And what Charles Leclerc has been saying when we've interviewed him is that the curves have to be flat because regulation, because if motorbikes race here, that sort of stuff, regulation, they have to be flat, which then means you can't feel whether you've run over the white line or not. So it is literally eye judgment. They are the best drivers in the world, but sometimes they're going to get it wrong. So that's going to play a part in this weekend's race and qualifying. Into the final corner, another tight sort of section, but onto a long straight. So what you're going to want to do here is you want to compromise your entry to optimise your exit. If you go in too fast, you come out slow, you're going to lose it all the way down this straight, especially with DRS open as well. So this is the sort of corner you have to set it up, and you'd rather be slow on entry and quick on exit. But guys, this is coming towards the end of our truck tour, so now I'm going to find out who we're all supporting. Have we got any Red Bull fans on here? Some cool Red Bull fans. We got McLaren fans? Mercedes fans? Woo! Yeah, Mercedes here. Ferrari? Yeah? And who's going to win this weekend?
Lewis Hamilton.
You all said different names there. Do we think Max is going to be driving differently now he's won the championship? Do you think he's just going to be... No? Same thing. Same precision driving. Do we think anyone else is going to be driving differently? Elbows out a little bit more? No? Who's going to win then? Shout. Go!
Lewis.
We've got a Lewis fans up here, that's all we can do. As two Brits, we're happy with Lewis winning.
Lewis or Lando?
Oh, I'd go for Lando.
I think Lando.
Lando deserves a win, but we really hope you have the best weekend. We've actually got the podium just here, guys, so this is where they'll be on Sunday. Obviously it's a sprint weekend as well, so they'll be up there both days, and yeah, it's a sensational atmosphere at this circuit. We hope you enjoy it. We've got the safety car and the medical car just parked up. They were doing laps earlier. They have to drive pretty flat out to be a safety car for Formula One, so they get to do practice laps and they actually time the laps that they do to make sure that they're doing the right speed. So although it's a safety car, it's probably one of the fastest cars that's driven this circuit as a technical road car here. This is the slowest pull-in to this event.
Take a look in the garages though. I mean, you've had a look on the pit lane walk. I mean, the engineers that have been working, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. They work day and night. They're constantly sending feedback, aren't they, to the headquarters. I mean, these guys are what makes the cars quick. So if you ever get a chance again, just give them a little handshake, give them a little clap, because actually they are behind the face of the sport, aren't they, really?
Absolutely. And McLaren actually at the last race got the fastest ever pit stop in F1 history. So these guys are athletes in themselves. I don't know if you saw, I don't know if any of the teams were doing pit stop practice whilst you had your pit lane walkabout. Yeah, did you see some of them? It's pretty impressive. They all know exactly what they're doing. The timing of it is critical. These guys take it as seriously as just as the drivers do, and it's a full team